Ayaka is more talented. Let her go to college.
We don't have the money to send both of you to college.
Then let Ayaka go. You're the eldest son. Besides, Ayaka has a marriage proposal. She'll get married after graduating high school.
So, the contract is finalized. Looking forward to working with you.
From the time I became aware of my surroundings, my parents showered me, Hirosumi Yoneda, with excessive attention. Even before I understood the meaning, I heard countless times, "You're the eldest son." The reason was simple. This is the countryside, where old customs still linger. And I have a twin sister.
Welcome home, big brother. How was the test?
Terrible. I could only solve the math problems you taught me. My sister, Ayaka, was exceptionally talented. Even though I went to cram school, her grades were better than mine. It wasn't just academics. Ayaka excelled in art, music, and everything else at school, surpassing me. But our parents favored me, the eldest son. And with parents like that, even our grandparents were no help. No matter how much I complained, they only said, "You're the eldest son," and wouldn't listen. Eventually, it came to this. What? What did you just say? I said we don't plan to send Ayaka to college. When it was time to decide on high school paths, I clashed with my parents. Even when it came to life-altering choices, their perspective remained rigid. Ayaka is more talented. Let her go to college.
We don't have the money to send both of you to college.
Then let Ayaka go. You're the eldest son. Besides, Ayaka has a marriage proposal. She'll get married after graduating high school. What?
It's Takanori Kirishima, the son of the Kirishima family. Isn't it a great match?
Takanori Kirishima, a senior 2 years ahead of us and the spoiled son of the company president where my father works. Back when we were in our first year of high school, he confessed to Ayaka and got rejected. So he's still after her? My father, a perpetual low-ranking employee, must think this marriage would boost his career. You don't have any objections, do you, Ayaka? What should we do? What should I do?
Big brother,
I had no words from my trembling sister. Even though our parents favored me, it was all for their selfish reasons. My words wouldn't reach them. But I couldn't just stand by and do nothing. Don't worry, I'll figure something out. My high school life quietly passed on the surface after that. I applied to a local public university chosen by my parents and barely passed the first round.
Congratulations, Hirosumi, as expected of our son.
This secures your future. Yeah, thanks, Mom and Dad. But behind the scenes, I had already made up my mind.
Big brother, you're leaving too? Are you sure about this? You got into college after all.
I never intended to go in the first place. But Ayaka, are you ready for this?
Yes, this is the only way.
We ran away from home right after graduating high school. I quickly notified the university of my decision to decline admission, so my parents wouldn't mistakenly pay the enrollment fee. Our escape funds came from my childhood savings, New Year's money, and wages from part-time jobs during high school. Watching the scenery pass through the train window, we fought against the overwhelming fear that loomed over us. The first hurdle after running away was securing a place to live in the city. But after honestly sharing our circumstances, a kind real estate agent introduced us to a rundown apartment. Ayaka, is your part-time job tough?
I'm fine. It's refreshing and even enjoyable.
We made ends meet with part-time jobs, living like that for nearly a year. This won't work. At this rate, Ayaka's potential will be wasted. We had freedom, but no surplus. Living off part-time jobs showed a limited future. Ayaka, is there any job you would like to try?
A job? Like changing my part-time job?
No, I mean a proper career. Something more substantial.
I like working in retail. back home, I couldn't explore fashion at all. Plus, with the employee discount, I can buy cute clothes at 70% off. But I guess it would be fun to learn more about fashion.
Like becoming a fashion designer?
A fashion designer? No way! That's for people who specialize in that field.
Fashion school, huh?
Well, I mean, I do admire it. A little.
Later, I looked over some brochures I had requested.
What are you looking at, big brother?
Fashion school information. Ayaka, would you consider attending?
What? No way, I have work.
The program allows for part-time attendance, 3 days a week, and takes 2 years to complete.
But tuition must be expensive, right?
It's true that it's costly for us right now, but it's not unaffordable.
It's okay. You don't have to push yourself. I'm happy with work.
What about 5 years later? Or 10? Working part-time forever isn't realistic, is it?
I guess not, but...
I don't want to see your potential go to waste. That's why I chose freedom for us.
Okay. I'll at least look at the materials.
In the end, Ayaka agreed to attend fashion school. Meanwhile, I increased my part-time hours to cover Ayaka's reduced shifts and tuition. I knew I was pushing myself a bit, but I was determined. Do your best with your studies, Ayaka. I'll work hard too. One day, I came down with a high fever, the worst since elementary school. Though Ayaka wanted to skip school to care for me, I sent her off and stayed home alone. It's already evening. I guess I slept for a long time.
Oh, Ayaka, your brother seems to be awake now.
Huh? Who's that? A stranger's voice startled me, and when I turned toward it, there stood an angel.
Huh? Are you okay? Hello? You're Hirosumi-kun, right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Wait, who are you?
Oh, right. I'm Kimie Kuneda. I'm a friend of Ayaka's from fashion school. Right now, Ayaka's making dinner for you, so I came to check on you instead. You were sweating in your sleep, so you need to hydrate.
Kunieda-san said this as she cracked a raw egg into a prepared glass and added, "Sake?"
Here, egg sake. Drink up.
What? Where's the hydration in that? And I'm still underage!
Hey, Kuneda-chan. That's not how egg sake works. It's eggs and sake, right? Oh, and sugar too? Yeah, but you're supposed to lightly heat the sake to evaporate the alcohol. Here, hand it over. I'll make it properly. Here, big brother. Take this instead. I boiled the udon soft, so try to eat a little.
Thanks. And wait, you're already back?
She's been fussing over you since this morning, so much so that I got worried and came over myself.
By the time I finished eating the udon, Kunieda-san had already started drinking the sake she brought, pouring it for herself.
Kimie-chan is a year older than us, so she's 20. It's fine.
Ayaka noticed my unease and reassured me.
She studied business management in junior college before coming to this fashion school. Isn't that amazing? What are you saying? Ayaka's the one showing off brilliance as the school's top achiever, despite starting from scratch. The design she presented for the brand project had even the instructors speechless.
Really? That's the first I've heard of it.
It's embarrassing. It was just a coincidence anyway. Coincidence my foot. You've said you want to start your own brand someday. Hey, Kimie-chan! That's still a secret, even from my brother.
So Ayaka's found a dream of her own. Sending her to that fashion school was the right decision. The thought warmed my chest. After that, Kimie-san, or rather, Kimie-chan, started visiting us frequently. In the blink of an eye, the 2 years at fashion school passed by.
Big brother, thank you so much for sending me to fashion school.
How was your graduation project exhibition? Did any companies reach out to you?
Yes, a few companies took notice. But you see, guess what? Ayaka's mine now. Kimie-chan's father's apparel company offered me a job.
Wait, your father owns a company? Kimie-san, you're a CEO's daughter? It's Kunieda Holdings, one of the major players in the industry.
She even talked about potentially starting her own brand someday, and they've taken that into account.
I see. Please take good care of my sister. And so, we left the shabby apartment we had lived in for 3 years and moved closer to Ayaka's workplace. I planned to find a new part-time job after the move, even though I had missed my old one. With Ayaka's new income, we could afford a place where we each had our own room. During this time, Ayaka thrived as a rookie fashion designer at Kunieda Holdings, quickly rising to prominence. A few years later, she became a well-known designer and fulfilled her initial goal of starting her own brand. She's amazing, Ayaka. And it's about time I figured out my own path. Thinking that, I began studying business management while continuing my part-time job and helping out at Ayaka's office. Incidentally, the reference books were recommended by Kimie-san. One day, Ayaka and I were summoned to Kunieda Holdings.
So, the contract is finalized. Looking forward to working with you. Oh, come on. Being serious around Ayaka just doesn't work. I can't help but laugh. Jeez, Kimie-chan. The CEO is right here, you know.
CEO Kunieda smiled kindly. I was undoubtedly the most nervous one in the room. Honestly, I'm probably not even necessary here, am I? The contract was a business outsourcing agreement. In other words, a request to continue working together even after going independent.
Of course you are. Yeah, big brother. This doesn't start without you. You'll be involved in many things moving forward, so you need to get used to it. Delicious! Beer is the best way to start.
After signing the contract, we were at an izakaya. You'll drink anything, won't you? Does your father drink too?
Huh? Dad doesn't drink. My taste in alcohol comes from my mom, I think. I can totally see that. Come to think of it, we've known each other for quite a while, but I've never heard much about your parents.
That comment made me pause. Still, there was no need to hide things from Kimie-san. So, that's why we ran away from home.
That's awful! Parents like that still exist nowadays? Yeah, that's why I'd given up on my future. Who I am today is all thanks to Big Brother. Hirosumi, that's incredible. You gave up not just your home, but even college to support your sister. Not everyone could do that.
Back then, I was just desperate. I would never set foot outside of Gunma before.
Oh? You're from Gunma? I've been there once.
Is it Kusatsu Onsen in Gunma? Gunma is a nice place, except for my parents. I don't hate it.
No, it's not for sightseeing. Our company has some affiliates there. Gunma is famous for sericulture, and there are many companies handling high-quality silk.
Ah, I see. Now that you mention it, my dad works at a textile company.
I guess all of us have some connection to clothing and fashion.
The conversation gradually branched off into random topics, and we wrapped up for the day. Starting with the contract from her old workplace, Ayaka began receiving job offers from various companies. Interviews increased, and Ayaka's brand was finally introduced on TV. At first, it was local TV, but her appearances grew, and her recorded clips eventually reached double digits. One day, as Ayaka was being featured as an up-and-coming fashion designer, the doorbell rang. Ayaka!
What's wrong? Wait, no way!
Ayaka peeked into the intercom and was stunned to see her parents there. How did they find this place? Was it because of the TV? But no address was shown.
What's going on? You two look so serious. Who's here?
Kimie, who had come over to visit, noticed her grim demeanor and asked, Our parents.
Aw, seriously? What are you going to do?
There is no point in pretending we're not home. When we answered through the intercom, as expected, they asked to be let in. We decided to face them directly. Ayaka, it's been a while. You've grown so accomplished.
You've really changed. I'm glad to see you're doing well.
Although we were prepared for them to yell, our parents strangely spoke kindly to Ayaka. How did you even find us?
We saw Ayaka on TV and hired a detective agency to track you down. What do you want?
What else? We came to see our beloved daughter, of course.
To think Ayaka became a famous fashion designer. Your mother is so proud.
So that's why.
Dad? Mom?
Ayaka looks unsure, but if they're being kind to Ayaka, then...
Compared to Ayaka, Hirosumi is a failure.
According to the detective's report, you're still just working part-time.
You didn't even attend the university you got into and are just drifting around.
We poured so much love and care into you as our eldest son, and this is how you turned out? Pathetic. So now I'm the one to look down on. I thought calmly as this played out.
Don't insult my brother! Without him, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Ayaka lost her temper, shouting in a way that wasn't like her.
My brother has always supported me, ever since we were kids. So what if he's working part-time? We had no choice but to escape from you. And soon, we're turning our private office into a limited liability company. My brother will be the vice president of that company.
Vice president? Hirosumi? That's right. When Ayaka signed the contract with her former workplace, this is what she meant when she said I was needed. I left home to ensure Ayaka wouldn't be held back. When Ayaka began pursuing her dreams, I asked myself what I wanted to do, and the answer was supporting her. That's why I studied business management, with help from Kimie, to provide that support. Oh, I see. As expected of her son. The two exchanged glances, then softened their expressions and addressed me. They used to seem like such terrifying figures, but now... they are nothing but small-minded people.
Leave already. Don't involve yourselves with us anymore.
Dad fell silent. The matter should have been settled then. However, the door creaked open in the next moment. Well, is your family meeting over? I could hear the shouting from outside.
Kirishima?
The one who entered was Takanori Kirishima, the heir to the company my dad works for.
Kirishima? Why are you here?
I'm the one who hired the detective. I wanted to see my beloved fiancé. That said, I didn't want to interrupt your long-awaited family reunion, so I waited patiently. Though it doesn't seem like a heartfelt reunion turned out as expected.
Who's this guy now?
The senior I mentioned before. The one who decided unilaterally that he was smitten with Ayaka. Unilateral? That's a harsh way to put it. I paid a proper bride price and even got her parents' approval. I would prefer if you referred to me as her official fiancé.
A bride price? I never agreed to this.
It may be just pocket change to me, but I provided a significant amount to your father. By all accounts, I am a rightful fiancé. Isn't that right? But Ayaka's feelings aren't part of this. How important could that be? Marriages between families often bypass individual preferences. That's just how it works. No, marriages require the consent of both parties. Without that, it's invalid. Don't be naive. Of course it's valid. Or would you rather create a scandal? A rising star in fashion embroiled in a marriage scandal. Sounds like something tabloids would jump on.
Please wait. If it's about the bride price, I'll return it. I can even double it if needed.
Ayaka steps forward resolutely, but Kirishima shakes his head dismissively. No need. I'm not someone who gives up on love over trivial sums. Still, you've come a long way from being an unknown girl. Now you're worthy of standing by my side.
Creepy.
With my company's high-quality silk and your brand, we could achieve even greater success.
Wait, Kirishima spinning? Isn't that in Gunma?
Ah, see? My company's famous.
No, it's because my company does business with yours.
Kimiya smiles slyly and bows dramatically toward Kirishima, who looks bewildered.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Kimie Kunieda, the daughter of Kunieda Holdings president.
Kirishima's face turns pale upon recognizing the name.
Ayaka is an important partner for our company and my dear friend. If you continue to push this unwanted engagement, we may have to reconsider our business relationship with your company.
You're the daughter of CEO Kunieda? No way! It's true.
And if bribing women is your company policy or family tradition, perhaps I should have a chat with Kirishima Spinning's president.
No, there must be some misunderstanding. Let's go! Yes! Thus, Kirishima and his lackeys, including my parents, retreated with their tails between their legs. Later, Kimiya filed an official complaint with Kirishima Spinning, resulting in Kirishima being disowned by his family. Despite all his talk about family-approved engagements, it turned out this was all his personal scheme. Additionally, my father lost his standing at work and was forced into retirement. I don't have enough money. Help me. We occasionally get letters from him asking for financial help, but Ayaka and I ignore all of them. That will never change in the future. The only time we'll see him again is at our parents' funerals. Meanwhile, my own life took a big turn. From the moment I met you, I thought you were stunningly beautiful. You helped protect Ayaka from Kirishima, and your quick thinking made me admire you even more. Please go out with me.
Honestly, I thought your world revolved around your sister. If it's me, I'd be delighted.
While it took us a long time to get here, everything moved quickly after that, and we were engaged within 6 months. And today, a few months later, we are getting married. You look beautiful, Kimiya-san.
Jeez, I told you just to call me Kimie.
Right, no, I mean, yes. You're beautiful, Kimie. Kimie, escorted down the aisle by CEO Kunieda, is wearing a one-of-a-kind wedding dress designed by Ayaka. We didn't invite any relatives from the groom's side, but CEO Kunieda, fully understanding the circumstances, was supportive. Looking around, not only CEO Kunieda, but even Ayaka had a tearful expression as they celebrated with us. I vow eternal love. As I spoke those words, I felt their weight and thought to myself, a child's potential is limitless, and that's why they should never face unfair discrimination or favoritism from an early age. Because Ayaka's success and this marriage are miracles, woven from what was once disregarded potential.
Hello, Brittany here. Oh, I love sibling stories. I don't know what it is about it. I just love them. I hope you loved it too, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.